Welcome, Senator Collins.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Welcome, Madam Secretary. Madam Secretary, as you are well aware, last month the Department of Labor announced that enrollment at Maine's 2 Job Corps centers was abruptly halted. The Loring and the Penobscot Job Corps centers serve nearly 500 students in Maine each year and have become important pillars of support for some of our most vulnerable teenagers. Loring also has 129 staff members and is one of the largest employers in rural northern Maine. Then the administration submitted a budget request that proposes to eliminate Job Corps altogether. This will deprive thousands, tens of thousands of Job Corps students across the country of the opportunity to gain valuable skills and credentials to pursue higher education or enter the workforce or join the military. It's clear that Job Corps, while not perfect, works. And I want to tell you the personal story of a young woman, and I've put up her pictures so that you can see her. I first met Adez Torres in 2008 when she was a Job Corps student in northern Maine at the Loring Center. She was originally from Connecticut. She was experiencing homelessness. She was in a very difficult, dangerous situation, and she recognized that she needed to change her life. She learned about Job Corps largely by chance, and I asked her, how did you choose the Job Corps Center in northern Maine? She said, I needed to get as far away in the Northeast from the terrible environment in which I was living that I possibly could. Well, the story has a very happy ending. In 2019, I was the commencement speaker at Hudson University in Bangor. And who comes up to me but Adez? She has earned with honors her nursing degree. She went on to get her nurse practitioner degree. She totally turned around her life. And that is the second picture that I'm showing you. And you'll notice that she is holding in her hands the pictures that we took when the Job Corps students came in 2008 to see me here in Washington. Job Corps literally saved her life. And she has been in the medical field ever since. It was Job Corps that made this possible. So I, for the life of me, do not understand why the administration wants to eliminate this valuable program. And I know when we've had a discussion on the cost, it is so much more expensive if someone, because of the influence and lack of support, ends up addicted or sex trafficked or in jail than it is to have them go to a Job Corps center and receive the guidance and skills that they need to turn around their lives. And I wanted to make this real to you by showing you the two pictures and the change in this young woman's life. So in making these decisions, did you consider the potential impact that halting enrollment at the 2 centers in Maine, and then, which you did only in the state of Maine, and also proposing the elimination of the program on peoples like Adez, whose life was changed and, I would argue, saved by Job Corps.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, the voice of reason in a sea of chaos. If you love freedom, believe in American strength, and know that peace only comes through power, we are the Constitution Corner, where Americans' route guides its future. It's time we talk about something that should outrage every hardworking American in this country. Once again, the Biden administration is proving how out of touch, reckless, and downright cruel it can be when it comes to helping real Americans. This time, it's Job Corps. That's right, Biden's Labor Department wants to shut it down. A program that's lifting young Americans out of poverty, off the streets, and into meaningful careers is now on the chopping block. What? Because it doesn't fit their elite, bureaucratic agenda.
Thank you, Chairman. I appreciate this. First and foremost, I want to say at the front end, we agree that this population is somebody we all care about. That is not the essence of what we're here to talk about, but we do have to discuss the sustainability of Job Corps. I was a Job Corps champion in Congress as well. I fought for all of these kids alongside of you. I understand that how important they are to not only our respective states, but to our countries as well. We issued at the Department of Labor, and I know we've had this conversation, and I know it will be ongoing with your office and many others, because it's essential that we address the population of 16 to 24 these are really essentially pre-apprenticeship programs that we know that they need the skills and the training for their entire lives. As you said, can be many more things than just upskilling, but we do have to look at it from a perspective, is it sustainable over time? And so we've released, the Department of Labor, a public transparency report that has never been done before and never exposed the costs for each and every state. And I know that I've shared with many of you the respective costs. I will continue to look at this, but the transparency report shines a light of the serious flaws of this program. So here's what I would say. Can we imagine together what it's like to continue to focus on this population throughout the country and do it better, more responsibly, and protect the American taxpayer? Because on the outcome, we want those tax dollars to be spent in a responsible way and still have the measured outcome that serves this young woman and many others. That's what I'm focused on doing, and I am committed to each and every one of you to work through that process and what that looks like. No final decision has been made, but we are reviewing every Job Corps facility, and I understand the president's budget is signaling that this is not something that is sustainable over time. It's a $1.7 billion program with a 38% graduation rate, when oftentimes the cost of almost $50,000 per student, and to get out about $156,000. We are in the hole now. I would have to come to the Appropriations Committee and ask for more money to just get us back to baseline, to have a graduation rate of 32%. So can we do better? I think we can. And I'm committed to working with all of you, because this population of people is important to me, just like it is to you. And so if you'll allow me to continue that conversation with you along the way, I promise you, we won't forget this population. We want them trained, upskilled, reskilled, and have a job that changes their lives for the future of this country as well.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
God bless Senator Collins. What she just laid out there is heartbreaking, inspiring, and infuriating. A young woman named Adz Torres, homeless, abused, and abandoned by society, finds safety, structure, and purpose through Job Corps in rural Maine. And where is she now? A nurse practitioner saving lives every single day. If that doesn't show you the power of American grit and opportunity, I don't know what does. But what does Joe Biden and his band of Washington elitists want to do? Eliminate it. They submitted a budget that would erase Job Corps completely. No reform. No improvement. Just gone. Thousands of students, mostly poor, rural, minority kids, would lose their shot at a better life. And let's be honest here. This is the same administration throwing billions at illegal aliens, DI consultants, and climate woke nonsense. But when it comes to young Americans trying to learn a trade, join the military, or get a degree, too expensive, they say. You want to know what's really expensive? Drug addiction, human trafficking, incarceration. You think you're saving money by canceling these programs? You're setting these kids up to fall into the very traps Democrats claim they care about. Oh, here we go with the bureaucratic doublespeak. Graduation rates, sustainability reports, reimagining outcomes. Give me a break. You've got an American success story standing right in front of you, and your first instinct is to cut funding and shut the whole thing down. This isn't about outcomes, it's about ideology. These people don't want working-class Americans to succeed independently. They want them dependent on government handouts and vote-buying programs. Job Corps teaches skills, discipline, and patriotism. And that terrifies them. Let's zoom out here, folks. What we're seeing is part of a bigger pattern. The Biden administration is waging a war on rural America. A war on tradesmen. A war on young patriots trying to build a future. Whether it's defunding apprenticeships, attacking charter schools, or now eliminating Job Corps, they don't believe in the American dream anymore. They believe in managing decline. They believe in globalism, socialism, and submission to the state. But we believe in something different. We believe in the dignity of work. We believe in lifting people up through opportunity, not handouts. And we believe in America. Senator Collins stood up and gave us a wake-up call. But now it's our job to fight back. Patriots, this isn't just a budget line, it's a battle for the soul of this country. If we don't stop this, another generation of American kids will be tossed aside for open borders, bloated bureaucracy, and woke garbage. Loudspeaker, so here's what you can do right now. Call your representatives. Demand that they protect Job Corps. Share this video. Subscribe. And let the Biden admin know. We see what they're doing and we're not going to let them destroy this country from the inside out. We are the Constitution Corner, where Americans' root guides its future. Until next time, stand strong, speak truth, and may God bless the United States of America.